Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. When I awaken, allow me to begin a new life, a new path without sin. Or is that even possible? I doubt it. Mountain of truth to move through and uncover. Fountain of youth retained inside of the brain. It's no wonder the blunder is caused. The rumbling of thunder will pause and raise the raised hands of the gods. Nameless of the laws, broken stone against the odds. Swimming side to side, a little rope and dope given as I hold the throne, never choke.
Well, good morning, Moose. I hope you're doing well. I saw this video this morning. Uh, it's just about another state passing cannabis. Hopefully, they'll make it federally legal here. We'll go ahead and show this video and go from there.
Historic vote over at the state capitol. The Minnesota House of Representatives passing the legislation of adult use marijuana. Our Tim Plotz is at the Capitol where the final vote came out after hours of debate. So, Tim, this has been a long time coming.
You know, it really has been, but it still has a long ways to go yet, too. In fact, the Senate is supposed to take up its version of the marijuana bill later this week, if perhaps as soon as Friday. But the vote here in the House today indicates how far this has come, not just in public opinion, but also among state legislators here, too. In fact, Minnesota started this path more than 9 years ago when the legislature allowed non-smokable medical marijuana products. And ever since then, there's been growing public support to legalize marijuana altogether. Now, under the House bill, an adult 21 years and older can possess 2 ounces of cannabis flower in a public place, up to 1.5 pounds at home. They can also grow up to 8 plants at their residence, with only 4 of them at the mature or flowering stage. And the bill's chief author says it's just simply time to end marijuana prohibition.
Minnesotans want this. I heard it this fall. I'm sure you did too. And the polling data, I won't rehash. Other people have said it. It's very clear, but I will note this. It's not just that a majority supports it. It's that the trend, look at the trend line. Look at where this is headed. This is what our people want.
We are going to cause a lot of pain with our youth. We're going to cause a lot of pain with our youth because they're going to find themselves hooked on something that started with marijuana.
And Representative Dave Baker there from Wilmer knows this pain all too well. He lost his son, Dan, to the opioid epidemic a number of years ago. In the end, this bill passed by a vote of 71 to 99 in the House. The will take its own version of the adult cannabis bill.
All the marijuana.
And perhaps as soon as Friday. Governor Walz has vowed that he will sign a marijuana legalization bill. There's still a number of steps that it has to go, but if everything goes right and the governor does sign this and it sticks with the House's version, personal possession of marijuana could be legal on August 1st. At the Capitol, I'm Tim Plotz. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
I shop online.
All right. We got a interesting video queued up here. The name of the video is 2023 Carrying a Gun While Traveling, Readily Safe Passage and Transport Across State Lines, brought to you by Armed Attorneys. Please like, subscribe, and share. This video is used for fair use, entertainment, educational use. Thank you.
Is not a legal excuse, so you must do your research ahead of time.
We are the Armed Attorneys. Today, we're providing an update on traveling with your firearm. Now, this is one of the first videos that we had on this channel. It's been a few years, so we need to update it and talk about traveling interstate with your firearm. But before we begin, show your support for the Second Amendment by hitting that like button. And today, Em, what are we talking about?
Well, we're going to talk about traveling in your vehicle interstate. You could harken back to that first video, but I will say that watching those early videos of us feels a little bit like when you remember something really embarrassing and you cringe to yourself. For
Yeah.
me, at least, it's
Yeah, there's a
we've-
little of that.
we've come a long way. This is traveling in your vehicle, not air travel. We'll do that again later, but just I'm going to hop in the car. Summer's coming up. What do I need to do to get state to state with my firearm? And more specifically, I mean, I think let's talk about handguns specifically.
Yes.
Because that's just what I think most people are imagining. And I will say, first and foremost, we're going to talk through federal law, but you must, even if you are going to a place where you say, I believe that my handgun license is recognized. I believe they may have some permitless carry options. Check ahead of time. Make sure that the item you are bringing is legal in that state. And there are, I mean, my best example of this is Colorado, right? Generally fairly gun friendly in that it will, let's say, recognize my Texas license. However, lots of my guns are not Colorado compliant. So make sure that you are doing your research on the front end before you even engage in this federal safe passage law that I'm going to bump over to Richard to start talking about.
Yeah, so we have 27 permitless or constitutional carry states. We'll talk about the two newest additions and when those go into effect kind of at the end. But we have to talk about the federal safe passage provision of 18 USC 926A because we have a handful of states where they just do not recognize the Second Amendment. They don't respect the right to keep and bear arms. But maybe there's some place that we want to travel around these places, and so we have to talk about it. But there's three key components to passing through one of these gun hostile states that you need to make sure that you comply with, so that you may have a defense at trial should you get charged with maybe a gun crime in one of these unfriendly states. And the first one, I'll kick us off and then send it over to Emily. You have to have a legal start and legal finish. So an example is, what if we are in Florida and we are traveling up to the great state of Maine? Possession of a firearm in both those states without a license or permit to carry is needed. And so your possession would be legal in both of those states. Now, a question that we got in our original video that we filmed a few years ago, you're telling me I got a red eye, no sleep, drive from Florida to Maine and for my legal start to legal finish? No, that's not the case. You would look at the place where maybe before you enter that gun hostile state, maybe you stop in the state of Pennsylvania, for example, before you continue on your journey. That would be okay.
Right. Remember, though, I mean, even if your final destination is Maine and it's your main vacation, if you stop in, let's say, New York overnight, New York is your finish for the purposes of this law, even though you're not considering New York to be your vacation state. If you stop and you rest for the evening, frankly, even if you do much less than that, we'll talk about that in a second, that is potentially your finish state. So make sure that any place that you happen to stop and take your long breaks on the way is a legal compliant state, or else you're going to lose this protection.
Yeah, that's what we call the second key component, which is traveling.
Mhm.
You can't cease traveling for purposes of protection under this law. So no detours, no delays, straight through.
And traveling is not defined by federal law in this code. So we don't really know what it means, except that we can look at some examples of prosecutions. We can just sort of, you know, extrapolate from things that we know happen and say, stopping for gas, stopping for a quick restroom break, probably completely fine. You are still engaging in your travel.
Stopping to see the biggest ball of yarn in the United States? Probably not traveling.
Probably not. Right. Stopping overnight, definitely not traveling. And then anywhere in between, you're taking a big gamble. So let's say you are in Maryland, and instead of driving through the fast food drive through real fast to get a meal, you actually stop, go in someplace, sit down, enjoy something a little bit more luxurious. Have you ceased traveling? Well, we don't have a statute to tell us yes or no. So the answer is maybe a jury will decide, right?
Exactly
You
right.
could potentially be arrested and have to argue to your jury that that was not a cessation of travel. So be very, very careful.
So legal start, legal finish, not ceasing traveling. And then our third key component is how the firearm actually has to be transported when we're in these unfriendly states. And that's unloaded, encased, and, not accessible or locked up. So there's a couple of different ways that this could look like. So let's say you have a truck where there isn't a trunk. All we have is a passenger compartment. The way that you would travel through a gun unfriendly state in order to get the protection of the safe passage provision is the firearm would have to be unloaded, encased, and locked up. I'd put it as far away from you as possible because, having that added argument, hey, this was inaccessible is great. That's what that would look like compliant wise. What would an example look like in just a traditional sedan?
In your trunk is great. Again, if you do not have a trunk, my SUV doesn't have really a totally enclosed trunk. We are talking about in a locked case. As far back towards the boot as I can possibly get it. So just make sure it is inaccessible to you, or as inaccessible as humanly possible. Hard-sided locking case is a great addition, frankly, even if it is also going in the trunk. Because lawyers like redundancies.
Yes, no, exactly right. So legal start, legal finish, not ceasing traveling, and then unloaded, encased, locked up, inaccessible.
And remember, your ammunition has to be inaccessible as well and
Exactly
locked
right.
up. So can't have your bullets, rolling around your floorboards. I don't know who does that. Some people,
Yeah.
certainly. So, but just bear in mind that must also be locked up.
And then the note on the federal safe passage provision that we have to talk about is that it creates a possible defense to prosecution at trial. So
Mhm.
what we do see happening still, and this is where you got to be very careful if you come from, like a state like Texas, where if you're driving in the state of New York with a Texas license plate, you have a target on your back because they could still theoretically charge you with that state gun crime, that state possession crime. But then this federal defense to prosecution would come in at trial.
Yes. So that means being arrested, having to bond out, having to travel back to that state probably once a month to get your case reset for a period of a year plus, until finally you're ready for trial and to assert that as your affirmative defense. It is a process. You never hope it's going to play out like that, but a lot of these gun unfriendly states like to wear that like a badge of honor. We, treat this as a true affirmative defense, which is, crappy behavior. But what do you expect from New York, New Jersey?
Yeah, and the next thing we have to talk about is the majority of states now have permitless or constitutional carry, and we have two new additions to this list. The latest one is Florida, which is effective July the 1st, 2023, and then the state of Nebraska, which is effective September the 7th, 2023.
Yes, but remember that Florida is concealed constitutional carry
Exactly
only
right.
because open carry is Florida's kryptonite.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't understand it. We've gone constitutional carry, but you still can't open carry under virtually any circumstance. I think there's maybe like a hunting exception or something crazy. We're not Florida lawyers. But anyway, Florida, get it together.
But there are some other exceptions in the constitutional carry laws or permitless carry laws where, you have to be 21 years of age or older. It applies to handguns only. In our two examples here, they have to be concealed. So it's good to check the law
Yes,
beforehand.
you've got to check. Not just, we talked about checking to see if that firearm itself was legal. You also need to look and see, where can I carry? Carry this? What are the rules? What kind of signs might I have to look for? You are not going to get any breaks for ignorance of the law. That is not a legal excuse. So you must do your research ahead of time.
Yeah, but we hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you did, consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and help us fight the anti-2A algorithm by sharing this video.
And if you have questions about flying with a
Within 24 hours.
No, so I just fucking got
All right, we have a video brought to you by DirectD. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell them Larry James 965 sent you. This video is used for fair use, entertainment, and educational purposes only. Thank you.
Doors locked? Yeah. All right, I've got a glass break. Hey, I have a what? I'm thinking be ready to stop traffic if they end up not being able to talk down. One call for a third party with a camera should.
Can you just have him
Stop traffic.
what?
I was gonna have you stop traffic.
I mean, he can record all he wants.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. So just try to stay out of traffic, all right? Yeah, you're not gonna be fucking silly. If you guys are worried about anything, we got two auditors over here. They're being allowed to film. We just need your cooperation. So they got pulled over for criminal speed, and they think that they're constitutional law scholars. So they called all these auditor guys who showed up over the last week. There was meth all over the car.
What's up, everybody? A lot of you have seen the traffic stop that I showed up to in, maybe it was Pinal County or maybe it was part of Maricopa County. I'm not sure, but the Apache Junction police were the ones conducting the traffic stop that I showed up to. And I live streamed them arrest a man and a woman that were driving a truck. This is the body cam footage of Christopher Sabo that showed up while she was on the phone with me long before I ever actually showed up. Now, they're trying to say that our presence there escalated the situation. And by they, I mean the police, obviously, are trying to say that. And even in court, they have alleged.
Well, yeah, you endangered their safety. Their safety is the most important thing of everything. The law of safety.
These claims that our presence instigated the situation somehow. Now, I'm going to show you very clearly in this video that that is actually not true and, in fact, a lie. This officer that showed up had.
Well, of course it endangered their safety.
Escalation and violence on his mind the moment that he showed up. And I pause it and show you throughout the video periodically indicators that prove he was looking for every opportunity to escalate this situation. Now, after their arrest, they contacted me again, and I met them later on after they had received their discovery information, and they got a flash drive that was supposed to contain all the body cam footage from the incident. Now, they are a little bit older and don't understand zip files and all that on a flash drive, so they asked me to help them. I picked up the flash drive, brought it home, opened the file, and discovered to their dismay that there are missing body cams, incomplete body cams, and a lot of problems with the flash drive itself, which leads me to believe that a couple things might have happened. The officers failed to upload their complete body cams. They didn't upload them at all. The people responsible for redacting and editing the body cams actually edited things out. The prosecutor's office either submitted them like that intentionally or unknowingly, who knows. But the problem is that these people's lawyer gave them these files just how I got them, incomplete with missing files, which means they didn't look over anything before they.
How could he ever save that? We have nothing to hide but everything to hide because we're always doing wrong. I don't think they should be called law officers. I think they should be called feelings enforcers and policy enforcers.
They gave it to their clients, which means the lawyers are not doing their jobs. It's a big problem. Big problem with Arizona lawyers, I'm noticing. Then they go to court and they're given evidence to defend themselves, and they tried to set a trial out for, it's coming up here on the 8th. I believe. They have incomplete files, and their lawyers are absolutely not doing anything to help their client's defense. And I've pointed all these things out to the lawyers themselves. I sent an email to the Apache Junction chief of police and explained everything, that there was missing files. I also told him that one of his officers decided to lick something that he believed to be a meth straw using his mouth to determine whether or not there were drugs. There were no drugs. Here I'm going to show you some files, and this is exactly what was on the flash drive. And there's an officer that's not even named on there, and his whole body cam footage is missing. And then the other officer, Hatch, that is the one that conducted the traffic stop, the only portion of his body cam video that's on the flash drive is from when he's at the jail. From when he pulled him over, all the stuff that happened that you're about to see is not on his body cam footage that's in the file. Take a look, watch it, tell me in the comments what you think, hit the like button, and, you know, send your own email to the Apache Junction Police Department chief, maybe, you know, the prosecutor's office. Redress your grievances with your government if you feel like it. I would caution you on being aggressive, angry, or violent. That doesn't accomplish anything, and you're not going to help anybody by doing that. If you are going to redress your grievances, do it peacefully. Here is everything that was on the flash drive that was given to the people that were pulled over in the video that you're about to see. As you can see, there are missing and incomplete files, and that is a problem for a criminal case. Let's watch the video. So he shows up with the knowledge someone's going to jail and preps his vehicle for transport.
You're not 10 today, are you? No. Eddie was going to turn around in a second. I thought he was here already. He called it out. I think he got stuck on that side of the barricade. I'll bump through him, 97.
I know if they have weapons, they won't answer. They have weapons. So.
All right. Doors locked? Yeah. All right, I got a glass break.
Corporal Sabro proudly announces he has a glass break and is ready to escalate the situation.
UCSO, I guess that's the guy on the way too.
There we go. Of course we got to break his glass. Because look at that smile. You could tell I am scared for my life. I'm scared for my life, damn it. Scared. I got to break that damn window so I can shoot him. I mean, make sure I'm safe.
That's on their own, though.
The people in the truck called 911 due to the initial officer's behavior, and the Pinal County Sheriff's Office is on their way.
Good for them.
Pinal County ain't getting put up with anything, so. And they're both aware that they've got the system.
can't hear the cops very good.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out.
This officer again tries to escalate the situation by pulling out pepper spray and showing it to another officer instead of using his words to de-escalate the situation. These people called 911 because they were in fear of these officers, and it's showing why.
I don't know what that sticker is, do you? Which one? The 22? Hey, I have a, what?
Now this officer's supervisor has shown up, and he again mentions his glass break in an attempt to escalate the situation to violence.
Hello, are you Charles? You got any weapons in there? It is, okay? My name's, listen, my name's Sergeant. Listen, I'm going to explain a couple things to you.
Look how scared he is. He's trembling. He's so scared. He had his face right up in that crack of that window. Oh, boy, he must be brave. So scared.
You asked for a sergeant, right? You asked for a sergeant, is that correct? Okay. My name's Sergeant McGuire with the Badger Junction Police Department. I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, that's fine. I'm talking to you.
I'm thinking be ready to stop traffic if they end up not being able to talk down.
Finding no traction with his own police department, he now reaches out to another department in an attempt to escalate the situation by shutting down traffic.
It's crazy. Stop traffic so we don't tumble underneath somebody.
Okay. So I'm trying to explain you something. He's informed you that you were under arrest. Is that correct? Is that correct? So he explained to you that you were under arrest.
We're gonna arrest you because you made me scared. And I'm so scared I'm gonna put my face and head right up to the crack of that window. I might even shove my whole head inside that window because I'm so scared. Scared!
And then, ma'am, what's your name? Okay, all right. Well, ma'am, so I'm trying to talk to you because you guys asked me. So I'm trying to explain this to you, okay? Okay, okay. Yeah, but if you are in violation of Arizona revised statutes, okay? If he's telling you that you're under arrest, okay, you have to 1595, okay? Hold on. So, can you roll this window down so I can speak to you a little bit better? No, you don't want to do that? Okay. Okay, you guys are both under arrest. You understand that, correct? So it's Charles, right? Okay.
I'm gonna put my truck here.
Here's how I made myself control my world using Adobe Premiere Pro. First thing I did was film 2 plates, one of myself doing the actions.
Nah, we don't want to push the issue. Need room to maneuver.
Listen to me, ma'am. I don't. That is not my intention to do any of that. Okay. Listen. Okay, but I understand that. Okay, but right now you've been informed that you're under arrest by not exiting the vehicle and resisting our attempts to arrest you. You are resisting. Okay, so listen to me. I'm not.
Which makes me even more scared. So I'm going to put my head, my face, and everything closer to that window because I'm terrified.
Looking to make this difficult for you guys, but I also advise both of you are under arrest. Okay, so right now you guys are under arrest. So Charles, listen to me. Okay, right now the easiest thing for everybody is just exit the vehicle. I can explain.
I think they should have never talked to him. I think they should have just pleaded the fifth and shut the fuck up. But what the hell do I know?
A lot more to you when I feel a little safer because I don't know what's going on inside the car. But you are under arrest. I understand that, but just exit the vehicle. You guys are under arrest. That fact is not true. Okay, so step out of the vehicle. I can explain everything that I need to explain to you, but I need to do it outside of the vehicle because you guys are under arrest. You guys are already under arrest. But you guys are under arrest. That is happening.
I should have counted how many times he told them they were under arrest. You're under arrest. Hey, by the way, you're under the arrest. Hey, you're under arrest too. You're all under arrest.
There are other factors that we can talk about as far as I can explain everything to you as far as what we did look at before and everything else, but you are under arrest. Well, you're going to get the criminal ticket for criminal speed. You got arrested for resisting arrest because you're not exiting the vehicle. Well, we may be. Okay, well, let me explain. Okay.
Don't forget, this video was brought to you by Director D. Please like, subscribe, and share, and tell them that Larry James 965 sent you. Thank you.
Well, by you not exiting the vehicle when I'm asking you to, now that I've informed you that you're under arrest, that's resisting. So let me explain it this way. Okay. So that and that's articulable. Okay. If that's your perspective, that's fine. But if you continue to not exit the vehicle after I am asking you to, exit. Please understand what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to just exit the vehicle. You're under arrest, okay? That's for the criminal speeding. We can talk about the resisting and all that, okay?
What's that? Probably 10 times in the last 3 minutes. You're under arrest. What part of you're under arrest aren't you understanding? Look how scared I am. I'm going to put my face right up to that window because I'm so scarred.
Exit the vehicle. I know you're not trying to resist. You're trying to understand the situation. I get that. Okay? I get that part. The original reason for the stop was the speeding, which is a misdemeanor. I understand, and that's all arguable in court. You can do that. So you can ask for a supervisor, okay? You just have you can't when an officer tells you you're under arrest and he asks you to step out of the vehicle, you got to do that. I hear you. So why don't we do that?
Come on, hurry up. Get out of that vehicle so I can put my hands all over you. I'm just wanting to feel you. I mean, just get out of the truck.
Step out of the vehicle. You are under arrest for the criminal speech.
You're under arrest.
Well,
You're under arrest.
That's an instant report, okay? Yeah, we have to talk to the judge about that, okay?
What about for a third party with a camera? Sure.
Can you just have him
Stop traffic.
what?
I was gonna have you stop traffic.
I mean, he can record all he wants.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Good morning. Just try to stay out of traffic, okay? We're talking to everybody right now.
Yeah, I don't want to stand in traffic.
Yeah, just stay out of traffic. And then if you just make everybody at ease by keeping your hands out of your pockets for weapons, please.
It's cold out here.
I understand. We just don't want any misunderstandings.
Okay, you guys, you're spending way too much money on your electrical bills. Let me show you how to slash them for free. So this is my
Good morning. So just try to stay out of traffic, all right?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're not going to beat me into something silly.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Here's the problem, though. If you're in violation,
Hey, if you guys are worried about anything, we got 2 auditors over here. They're being allowed to film. We just need your cooperation. We don't need any more drama. Thank you.
Let him arrest you. Don't fight him. Hey, hey, calm down. Calm down.
No, my
Calm
back.
down.
I have
Calm
severe nerve
Okay,
damage.
calm down.
Slowly,
Calm down.
slowly.
It's all right. I
Oh,
got you.
help, they're twisting.
I'll take your truck if you need me to.
Yes, please.
It's not a big deal.
Yes,
Just
please.
don't fight him. That's not going to make anything better. Hey man, just let him arrest you, dude. You're not making anything.
Let go of my fingers. You're squishing my fingers. You're squishing my fingers, please. Let go of me. I'm not going to run.
So one of my subscribers called me and I drove all the way out here right now for this.
I don't want them searching my vehicle.
That's illegal search and seizure. All right.
You're allowed to do start land use search. You start rifling through shit, you're gonna get in trouble.
We're past that. I need you to exit. Yes, we're past that.
Which one's the killer? That's not correct. That's not correct. Mason's. Oh, Mason's. Yeah, that's Mason.
Yes, I will step out.
Yeah, no.
But you close my door, please. We'll close it in a minute. As soon as you open that door, we'll close this other one. I'm giving him his. Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't.
Come over here for me, okay? You got cuffs on you.
I just want my ticket
I
right now.
understand, Charles.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Let go.
You guys, wow.
Here, I'm gonna grab this for you, okay?
You can't even give me a ticket.
All right, well, okay. Is this attached to your pants?
What? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You can hold on to that.
Can't give me a ticket.
1 second. I don't want those to lock up.
You can walk it back.
Come with me.
We're gonna search you, okay?
You guys can't.
Hey, Charles. Hold
No,
on,
I
hold
can't.
on.
No, I don't
Listen,
consent to
listen,
not those
I
searches.
understand. Hey,
I mean,
Charles. Listen, okay? I'm gonna talk to you.
It's
Back at the
a
station.
weed pipe.
I'm gonna talk to you back at the station, okay? I'm gonna talk to the officer as well, okay? All right.
You see this place?
No, bring me my car key.
Yeah, let go.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give him to this gentleman over here so he can take it.
Let go. You're not handing anything to him. If anybody does, it'll be the sergeant.
I'm giving my car key.
Let go of the car keys.
Just go ahead and let go. Here, I'll take them for you. I got it. There you go.
Thank you.
You guys.
Just relax. I'm gonna
Hang on to that. We're gonna go sit down in this pickup truck.
Why are you pushing me?
I'm not pushing you.
You are pushing me.
I'm not pushing you. But first,
I can't believe you guys. You can't just write me a ticket. You can't even write me a ticket. Hey, Christopher, take my truck.
have the keys back there.
watch your knees. Sergeant has the keys. Here's why. It's a freaking giant meth straw right here. Right on the floorboard. Yep. Right in plain view. Nobody's touched anything yet. So where are they? Right? Hey, nobody's touched anything yet. There's a long meth straw right on the floorboard. Okay. Who's got it? I have the dude, the driver.
If you want to just get him to the station.
Okay. Right. Nobody's touched anything. You got a meth cake straw right there.
All right.
So I'm gonna have
PCSO stand by the patch.
Okay.
Who's got the one of those?
So you went back that direction.
Okay. I'm gonna start.
Sure you are, but I just got to double check. Thank you. All right. Well, we'll just play the video until there we go. Good to have you, bud. Hope you're having a great day and always a better tomorrow.
153. The mail 10:15 en route to the station.
So the Vanish holster, which you can actually see me
Can
wearing,
you hear me?
is a holster that works with any clothing. So
how you doing, bud?
Doing good. Can you play the video that's in the private chat?
Is there anybody out there?
Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody listening? Watch, click that link. It's beautiful, Larry. It's beautiful. It's just you can come back to this.
What?
Click the link in the private chat. It's a special gift to you, Larry.
Yeah, I'll check it out here after the video ends. Did you want me to just watch it alone or show it?
No, play it for everybody and then come back to this. It's a good intermission.
Oh.
I'm just saying there's a lot more action in that video, but
All right. Come on out.
I'm all antsy over here. It's like a gender reveal party, Larry.
Word. Damn slave.
And to be honest, Larry, I don't even know what the hell we're watching.
This video was brought to you by DirectD. Please go like, subscribe, or share. And the name of the video was How to Identify a Dangerous Cop. Autonomy of an escalator.
Anatomy. It's anatomy, Larry. Anatomy.
We only have about
All right, we got 5 minutes left. All right. I'll stop chomping at the bit. Pulling the Talcott over here, trying to loop.
Some things never change. Never change. But we see
marijuana pipe. Okay. We're just gonna wait for Patch to come up rather than.
So let's see here. Let's see what this is. All right.
Allow me to begin a new life, a new path without sin. Or is that even possible? I doubt it. Mountain of truth to move through and uncover. Fountain of youth, retained inside of the brain. It's no wonder the wonder is caused. The rumbling of thunder will pause and praise the raised hands of the gods. Nameless with the laws, broken stone against the odds. Swimming side to side, a little rope and dope. Given as I hold up throne, never choke. This is mission suicide. Going all out, headed for broke, so the sewer died. Can you hear me now, homie? Because it's neither you or I. With the deeper look into these dual, shallow, hallowed eyes. Many past lives lived and analyzed. Seen, smelled, felt, recognized. Confused, lost, and traumatized. Left minds hypnotized. Chlorinated, overweight, supersized. Bottom plane, supervised. By the blades, over blank stares, polarized. Who the hell am I, homie? I'm feeling so lonely and phony, begging to blow me. You follow sin. Allow me to begin new life, a new path without sin. Or is that even possible? I doubt it is. Yo, check it. Yo, yeah. Now I'm down on my knees with both of these broken palms pressed together so firmly. Scars so deep from a life of burning. The pain I was led to believe was part of learning. Tell me what the hell is my mind still whining? There's grinding, turning and churning. Sin and the same. Because how the hell can one pain? Lost so screaming and yelling. Hurting, yearning. Wars on child and
That was awesome. Thank you.
What happened? Where'd you go, Larry?
Thank you. You asshole. I haven't cried in 2 weeks.
Well, I have another one. I have to upload it right now. I fixed it. There was some issues going on with that video that I was having some issues, but now the even better one is coming up. So we're gonna have to play it again. So next time, be ready. It's not gonna be anything too crazy, but don't it's not to upset you, sir.
No, it's not upsetting. It was fucking awesome. I'm gonna go roll a cigarette. I'll be right back.
All right, you go roll that. I would roll a doobie, but I'm being a responsible parent. And I'm having somebody else do that for me. So. Ba-na-na-dun, dun-na-na-dun. I'm saying that is your intro, Larry, if you want it to be. But I've got a better one hanging out in the country. What are we doing today? What are we doing? Where is everybody today? I don't know. I don't know. That is a good question. Down on my monkey. Larry's all hyped up in the morning now. He's hyped up. He's got to get his cigarette rolled. Feeling good. He's feeling good about life.
Is this working now?
Oh, it's working. Holy moly, there's ERM is in the house. What's going on? How them chickens? Did you ever get rid of those roosters? Yeah, the rooster.
Oh. Come in.
Boom, boom,
Hey.
ba, da, da, da.
We're here.
All right, we're at 82%, 83%.
Okay.
Boom, we're almost there, Larry. We're almost there. You're gonna have to play the new and improved
So
version.
is everything done? You got done? Everything's ready to go, and you're up and running.
Nothing's
everything's
ever
full?
done, Larry. But it's my turn to take care of the little baby. And so I had a second to make this. So I thought I would.
Buster. We're crack-a-slacking over here, having silence, all that good stuff, you know, broadcasting kryptonite, but it's all right.
Sometimes the silence is what people need out there. They don't have enough
We
silence.
didn't take the Connecticut School of Broadcasting class, so we're allowed to mess up. Don't tell 911 this information. Oh, how long is that? 16 minutes. This might be a good video. All right. The name of the video is called Stop Your Android from Spying on You. From Paynet Forward. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell them Larry James 965 sent you as always. And have a great day. And the video is used for fair use, entertainment, and educational purposes. Thank you.
All right, Larry, the second one's up.
Without
Fixed it after you're done with this.
camera and microphone. They're using hidden sensors. You've probably
What was that?
I put the next link is there for the fixed version. I fixed it. I told you I had some errors in the first one, so I had to fix it.
never heard of.
We're going to explain exactly how big tech is tracking you and explain the number one way Androids are superior to iPhones when it comes to protecting your privacy.
Yep, the first thing we're going to do is give you superpowers. Those superpowers are called developer options. First, swipe down from the top of the screen to open the quick settings menu, then tap the settings gear in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Scroll all the way down until you see About Phone. Tap on that, then tap on Software Information, and then tap the build number 7 times. Enter your PIN, and now you are developer mode man.
So that was kind of the montage that precedes a lot of the superheroes. It was sort of their backstory.
Yes,
that was it.
That's the developer
how
options backstory.
How Bruce Wayne became Batman.
Yeah.
right there.
All right, so now let's tap back to the main page of settings, and what do you know? Developer options there at the bottom of the screen, right below About Phone. Let's tap on that. Then scroll down to Quick Settings Developer Tiles. We're going to turn on this switch next to Sensors Off. When Sensors Off is on your Android, it disables all the sensors, camera, microphone, gyroscope, accelerometer, and that can actually really cut down on how big tech tracks you.
David just mentioned the accelerometer in your phone, which is essentially the sensor that detects motion, XYZ axis. The accelerometer just detected that. So if we're on a bus together and his phone is totally optimized for privacy, he thinks, okay, I can't be tracked. But mine isn't. So Facebook, every app is getting all of my accelerometer data. All they need to do is match that up to other people who have exactly the same. You can imagine if you're on a bus, you're going to hit bumps at the same time. It's going to turn at the same time. Your phone's getting all that. And then they can track David because they can match up the accelerometer data.
If you have an iPhone, you cannot turn off the accelerometer. Android, big victory there. So how do we turn on Sensors Off now that the switch is on? Swipe down to the Quick Settings menu. You'll see this new Sensors Off icon. Tap that. Now it's on. So just a little demo here for you. If I go and try to open the camera app, security policy prevents use of camera.
Uh-oh. So you don't have to go back to that crazy menu in the Batcave every time you want to use this feature. You can just swipe down from the top and then tap the button and then go to camera. This is much more effective than putting a piece of black tape over the camera on your Android.
And you might be wondering why this isn't a default quick settings tile. And I think the issue is that if you accidentally turned it on and you didn't really know what you were doing, camera doesn't work, you can't make phone calls because the microphone doesn't work, and then Android would be getting a whole bunch of support calls,
requests.
and Samsung would be, really angry.
Exactly, yeah. Don't you think this should be an option that you could enable in settings without having to go into some crazy developer options menu?
Probably.
It's not like it's that developer-y of an option.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would like this.
The truth is, big tech doesn't need to tap your microphone and camera. While they can use the accelerometer and gyroscope, they may also have access to things like your photos, your contacts, your text messages, your location, and you might not even remember giving them that access.
We're going to put a stop to that. But before we do, if you can give this video a like, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot.
Let's go into Permission Manager. Go back to the Settings app, Quick Settings menu here. Tap on that settings gear, and then we're going to scroll up to Privacy. Right here in the middle of the screen, Permission Manager. Tap on that. So body sensors, calendar, call log, camera. Which apps on your Android have access to these other apps and services and sensors? So let's take contacts, for instance. Does Amazon Shopping need access to all the contacts on your Android?
Nuh-uh.
Probably not. And then if you got a friend who has you saved as a contact and they give Amazon Shopping all of your contact information, well, share this video with them.
They're a jerk.
And tell them to turn it off. So we're going to tap Don't Allow. Contact permission can be useful for some social media apps at first. You join the platform, they say, import your contacts. We can find all your friends quickly. And I think, but after that initial setup process, come back in here, turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, Snapchat, I don't think so. Tap back to the Permission Manager. Next, let's tap on Location. Which apps do you want to have access to your location, and how often do you want them to have that access?
Amazon Shopping? Definitely. Nope.
Right now, Amazon Shopping has access all the time. That means all the time, even when you're not using the app.
And that also means it has access to your battery all the time, and GPS is a big battery drainer. So getting these apps out of here will save you battery life.
Yeah, also Google last access 11:52 a.m. This phone has just been sitting on the table for the past 3 hours as we're getting set up today. So tap in the location. Let's tap on Amazon Shopping. Location access for this app while using the app. I mean, maybe it's useful for you need your address to autofill or something. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But ask every time is usually a safe bet for most apps.
And use precise location will also save battery life. If you turn that off, the less specific it is, the less battery it uses.
Yeah, precise location. I mean, how precise does a Facebook location need to be, for example?
Probably not very precise, but something like DoorDash or Uber.
Yep.
More precise.
Yep. So let's turn off that switch for Amazon Shopping and just go through this list. I mean, the big one is allowed all the time. If it's anything else, you're probably okay, but just watch out for these apps under allowed all the time. Next, let's tap back to Permission Manager, scroll down, SMS.
AKA text messages.
Which apps do you want looking at your text messages? Well, for example here, We have Galaxy Wearable app. That has access to all my text messages. I don't have a Galaxy Wearable. Doesn't need access to all of my text messages. I don't think so. So we tap on that. Just don't allow.
But if
Easy.
you don't have one, why do you care?
Why do you care? And you might be thinking, no, Samsung, Google, pretty reputable companies. But what happens if there's a data leak or there's a software issue and then maybe all the messages they have access to happen to get leaked? I don't know.
Yeah, possible. That could happen. Also, you don't really know how they're using this data because they bury this whole and we can use it for marketing purposes and share it with other third party and our friends. And you agreed to that when you set up the phone the first time or something like that. So this is good.
Yep. Let's step back to Permission Manager. And really what we recommend doing is just going into all of these different permissions and being really deliberate about what apps have access to what on your Android. The truth is that big tech companies don't need permission to access your location, your microphone, your camera all the time to track you. There are a lot of little bits of information they can collect and create a digital fingerprint about you and really focus in on you as an individual.
You should follow all the steps in this video because it's going to sort of blur out that picture and remove a lot of the pieces.
Right.
So you become not Susie Green. You become some person that's in a very generic universal bucket who maybe they know likes cats, which is not as terrifying.
Let's tap back to the main privacy page in settings and scroll down to Samsung Customization Service. Tap on that. Then we're going to scroll down here. Share your customization service data with Samsung so the ads and other marketing materials you get match your interests and activities.
Nah.
No. Now, this turns it off, but it doesn't erase the data that has been saved about you so far. So right up here, erase your data, tap on that. It may take up to 2 days for the request to be processed. They really want to milk those last 48 hours. But let's tap erase, verify it's you. So you got to verify it yourself. It's difficult.
You have to verify it's you to erase the advertising data.
Tap send email. Verify that it's you. Of course they know it's you because they've been collecting all this information about you, but whatever.
And for the record, we don't really check this email address. So feel free to email it, but we're not going to say anything.
It's going to get ignored.
Yeah.
All right. So after you do that verification, let's go back here to the main page of privacy. Send diagnostic data. A bit of a quick win here. Turn that switch off. Uncheck the box next to I agree to send diagnostic data and then tap OK.
So it's still quick. 2 steps. Should have been 1. It was 2. 1 step, subscribing to our channel.
Yes.
Super easy to do. Just click the subscribe button. Help us get to 1 million subscribers. We would be forever in your debt.
Yes, and we don't collect any of your personal information. So we just took care of some Samsung privacy stuff, but you also need to do these steps again for Google.
Coffee, anyone? And mocha. With oat milk.
So let's tap on Android personalization service under Google here. Get personalized content based on your app usage. For example, text you've entered in one app may appear as a search suggestion in another app.
Okay, this is a big deal. Why? Because anything you type into one app can now be entered as a search suggestion, which then gets sent to this other app that you don't know about. And then they know what you typed in the other app.
Yep.
Maybe you're typing a password. Now your password just got searched for in Google. You don't want that.
So let's turn off that switch, turn off Android personalization service. Go back to the main page of the privacy section. Google location history. Do you want Google saving a list of all the locations that you've been? I don't think so.
No, I don't.
I don't think so. So location history, let's tap that turn off button. Then you got to scroll down and tap pause because you're not turning it off. You're just pausing it. You'll be back.
I'll be back.
We'll tap pause. Tap got it. If you really love Google location history, there is an option to auto delete that location history every 3 months, 18 months, or 36 months, which is 3 years, which is an awful long time. But we really just recommend turning it off.
I wonder why they chose 3 months, 18, and 36.
I don't know. Next, we're going to turn off personalized ads for Google. You'd think it would live here in the privacy section of the settings where it says ads. It does not. It's very difficult to turn this off. Google really just makes all of their money selling ads, essentially. So let's tap back, lower right-hand corner of the screen, and then tap on Google. So in the Google section of settings, tap Manage your Google account, then tap this little Data and Privacy tab. Scroll down, here we go, Location History Pause, that's nice to see. Scroll down here to Add Settings. Ads personalization is currently on, let's tap on that. And then turn off this switch next to Ads Personalization. Tap Turn Off, they're really gonna beg you to stay. You're gonna say, tough break, Google.
They're still going to make money too. Don't feel too bad for them.
There are contextual ads. If you're on an Android help website, you're going to see Android fix ads. It's not like you're going to see low quality
crap ads. You're just going to see ads that aren't related to other websites that you were on, which probably aren't related to what you're looking at anyway.
Yep, tap got it, lower right-hand corner of the screen. So that's really what you need to do. We've done a pretty good job of limiting Google. One more thing you really need to do. Tap back, lower right-hand corner of the screen, tap back again, keep going back to the main page of settings, tap on privacy, scroll down to usage and diagnostics, tap on that, turn off that switch. This can also use a little bit of cellular data if it's sending that data to Google over cellular as opposed to Wi-Fi, a little bit of a battery drain or two.
Yeah.
And
unless they're paying you,
yeah,
you don't need to send this to them.
Yeah, that's what you need to do to really cut down on Google and Samsung and big tech from collecting those little bits of information. Those are a lot of, quick little tips that add up to a lot.
We've changed a lot on this Android. Surely we must be done by now.
We're not done, and don't call me Shirley. There is another Android privacy setting that is so dangerous, your Android actually warns you against leaving it on.
Wow.
Curious. Let's tap back to the main page of settings using that little back button, lower right-hand corner of the screen. One above privacy is biometrics and security. And then we're going to tap on, after scrolling down, to install unknown apps. Tap on that. Which apps do you want to be able to download other apps on your Android without your permission?
I'm just glad that these are all on by default.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's good.
The concern here is that a third-party app downloads another app. That app has malware, infects your phone. You get spied on, your phone gets hacked. A lot of bad things can happen. It could be a chain reaction too, where it installs a bad app, which installs a bad app, installs a bad app.
Kind of a critical mass problem, like in a nuclear reactor, and the whole thing explodes.
It's like the Borg, and they planted the sleep command. Installing apps from the source may put your phone and data at risk. I think that's correct. So what we recommend doing, turn it off for everything and see which apps need to install third-party apps on your Android. And then at that time, you can grant them access if you feel like that app's important.
Or you can go and download the app yourself from the App Store.
Yes.
Or the Google Play Store, where the hell it's called.
So it's not very interesting to watch me turn off all these switches. Let's just pretend I turned them all off. It's not just sketchy apps having access to download other apps you need to worry about. Did you know that there may be some more reputable apps that could have total admin control over your phone to the point where they could erase all the data on your phone?
Ugh, dear Lord, how do we turn that off?
Let's go back to the main page of biometrics and security. One below install unknown apps is other security settings. Then we're going to tap on device admin apps. These are the apps with admin access on your Android. So right now, if I tap on find my device, it has the ability to erase all data, change the lock screen, lock the screen, and disable some lock features. You may be thinking, that sounds important to leave on.
That's
Find
what
My
I was
device.
Yeah.
Well, I've got news for you. An Android Police article is a pretty good summary of why you don't need to leave this on. Google tells us that the setting is effectively a throwback, only required on devices running Android 9, that's Pie, and below for it to get access to system-level APIs required to wipe or lock it. So if you don't want an app or function to have admin access, just tap that deactivate button. First, look for any sketchy apps that may have somehow gotten admin access. Pretty unlikely. But you should also be concerned about the bigger names, because what happens if there's a software glitch or there's a hack, and somebody who's not Samsung, who's not Microsoft, gets access to these features and just takes the admin control and wipes everything on your phone.
Let's say you have Outlook for work. Maybe you gave your work access to be able to set up your email accounts, but you also gave them access here to be able to delete your device. And you don't want John, the administrator, who you rejected 7 times because he's kind of a creep, to then just delete your phone.
Yep. So be careful with these admin apps. See see what they have access to actually do on your Android. A lot of the time, it's just locking and unlocking the screen, but be careful with that. If you enjoyed this video, consider joining this channel with all these fine folks whose names are currently scrolling down the screen.
Joining helps us create videos like this. We appreciate it, and also gives you the ability to talk to us in our Discord channel. So please join.
Lots of great perks. Ultimately, you should be the one in control of your Android. You're the
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. When I awaken, allow me to begin a new life, a new path without sin. Or is that even possible? I doubt it. Mountain of truth to move through and uncover. The fountain of youth retained inside of the brain. It's no wonder the wonder is caused. The rumbling of thunder will pause and praise the raised hands of the gods. Nameless of the laws, broken stone against the odds. Swimming side to side, a little rope and dope. Given as I hold the throne, never choke. This is mission suicide. Going all out, headed for broke, so it's do or die. Can you hear me now, homie? Because it's neither you or I. With the deeper look into these dual, shallow, hallowed eyes. Many past lives, live and analyze. Seen, smell, felt, recognized. Confused, lost, and traumatized. Left mind hypnotized. Coordinated, overweight, supersized. Father plane, supervised. By the blades, over blank stares, polarized. Who the hell am I, homie? I'm feeling so lonely and phony, naked and floaty. You, Father, for I have sinned. When I awaken, allow me to begin new life, a new path without sin. Is that even possible? I doubt it is. I doubt it is. Yo, check it, yo. Now I'm down on my knees with both of these broken palms pressed together so firmly. Scars so deep from a life of burning. The pain I was led to believe was part of learning. Tell me what the hell is my mind still whining, gears grinding, turning and churning, sinning the same. Three pictures how the hell from my pain. Lost so screaming and yelling, hurting, yearning. Words on child and
Thank you, Moose, very much. That is so cool. Thank you again. I wish you knew how much it meant to me. If you download it and then add it to StreamYard, you can just click the button. How do you add it to StreamYard? I already downloaded it. Upload it under brand. Oh. Where? All right. I might have to do this when I'm not broadcasting because I'm not seeing the video here. Hang on. I'll see if I can figure this shit out. Oh, wait, over here. It didn't download. What? Add me to your StreamYard. I don't have a problem adding you to the StreamYard. That's not a problem. I'm brain farting over here, so I'm not remembering how to do that or whatever. Um, how come? Should be Dirty Larry. Dirty Larry. Oh, it's got to be at the end, I bet, huh? No? Yep. Okay. Oh, shit. Brand. Let's see if this works. Huh. Don't make any sense. I'm not finding it, man. I don't know what the hell. I'm brain farting over here big time. Let's see here. Oh, I know what I could do, I think. I'm Braveheart. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this stream and figure this shit out, I guess. All right. Give me a second. I think I remember how to do that. I got to go. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. Where? Fuck, I don't even remember how to add you. It's been so long since I've had to do any of this shit. Wow. I think settings, community. Here we go. I think I added you. See if that works, man. I don't know. I'm gonna do a little more looking around, but I think you're added. No. How, God damn it. Um, he's already got a thing. Huh. Yeah, don't work either. Mission. Oh, here we go. I got it now, I think. I think I got you. Sorry, everybody, for the silence and broadcasting blubby dubby. I gotta let my dog outside. I'll be right back. I'm not sure if you're still here, but will they still promote my video even though we're using my son's copyrighted music? Sounds good, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can find something to play here. Real quick, like. Secret code to unlock features, huh? I'm queuing this video up. It's brought to you again by PayNet Forward. We got all kinds of ads here. 2 15-second ads. Damn. How many? He's only got 17,000? Huh. All right, here we go. The video brought to you, the name of the video that we're going to be watching is called Secret Code to Unlock Hidden Phone Features by PayNet Forward. Please like, subscribe, and share. This video is used for fair use, entertainment, and educational purposes only. Thank you.
On your phone, checking your signal strength, improving phone call quality, and shutting down one of the #1 ways hackers track you. There are tons of USSD codes that unlock hidden features on your phone, like dialing to star 3001 pound 12345 pound star unlock.
All right. How do I do that then? How do I give you access to StreamYard? My brain isn't working today for some reason. I don't know what I've been told, but Eskimo pussy mighty cold. Yeah, I'm not seeing how to add you to StreamYard, man. I apologize. I go to settings. I got general. Nothing's there. Camera, of course. Audio, nothing. Virtual background. Recording. Nothing there. Layouts. Of course, it wouldn't be there. And guests. Guests can stream their own destination. I got a place for band, but I don't have a place to add. Up there he is. Sorry.
Hey, can you hear me, Larry?
I can't hear you for some reason. Says you're damn.
All right, can you hear me? Larry?
I still can't hear you. Let me check this part. Okay. Try it now. Try it now. Let's see here. See if this works. What the fuck's going on? Speakers. Oh, okay. Let's try that. No. All right.
All right, now can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Every once in a while, I have to restart my phone. Otherwise, StreamYard does some shit.
The shit doer on the shit doers. Anyway, so what do I need to do here?
So, what I need from you is you got to go into StreamYard itself, not on what you're on right now. You have to go to StreamYard.com and then go into members, and you have to make me like one of the moderators or whatever, and then I'll upload you music and stuff so you can play music, because I have that audio subscription and you can use it for free. You won't get struck or whatever.
Yeah, I did searching around for some sound clips, and it's like next to impossible to find any that are free. You have to pay for them all.
Exactly, I already paid for it, so I'll upload it to your StreamYard. So all you got to do is click the button, and then you can play the song. And then I'm gonna upload the intro, so you just click the button, and then the intro plays.
Okay.
Did you even look at the end where I had the writing?
Yeah.
You know, it's a place where people can come together, have discussions, make new friends, build a community.
Well, that was weird. It sent me to some.
You gotta be careful. Careful. Fishing all the time.
Protect my info from Chrome. Why does that keep coming up? Huh. Members. Okay, I got it now. Oh, it says I have 0 left, so that means I have to take somebody out, right? I already have that. Okay, let's get this. Let's try that. There we go. Whoops, you didn't enter email. Oh, right here. There we go. All right, I finally sent you a invite. I'm just crack-a-slacking here today. All right, we'll go back to the video.
Unlocks this hidden phone menu.
It's called field test mode. At first glance, it might look overwhelming, but here's how it's really useful.
Field test mode can show your phone's exact signal strength and signal quality. Scroll down. Under LTE, look for RSRP, RSRQ, SYN, R. Then first take a look at RSRP.
RSRP stands for Reference Signal Received Power, aka your signal strength.
Anything greater than -90 is excellent. Anything lower than -120 is bad, and anything in the middle is fine.
So greater than -90, we're talking -85.
Right now, this phone's RSRP is -116. It's fine, but it's really not that good.
The next thing to look at is RSRQ, which stands for Reference Signal Received Quality, aka signal quality.
Greater than -12 is good. Lower than -12, not so good. The RSRQ on our Ting phone, -13, not great. On my personal Verizon phone, -21.
That's awful.
That's abysmal. Now, one thing to keep in mind, maybe you're actually going apartment hunting and you need to have good cell service in your apartment. Pop open the field test mode app, say, oh my God, the cell service here is terrible.
If only Walter White knew about this one in Breaking Bad, could have saved some tinfoil.
If your call quality is poor, you might be able to fix it with this next code.
And that code is *3370#. This turns on enhanced full rate codec for some phone models.
And there's a big misconception about what this actually does. Some people say it saves battery life and improves your cell signal.
But that isn't true. Enhanced full rate codec improves sound quality on your phone calls at the expense of battery life.
If you're looking to maximize battery life, dial *4720#, then hit the dial button. Your call quality won't be as good, but do people even make phone calls anymore?
I think they do.
Nope, nobody.
So try entering the code on your phone and let us know if it works for you in the comments section below.
Next, let's talk about some codes that'll help you figure out if your phone is being tracked.
And they have to do with call forwarding. We talked a little bit about call forwarding in our video about signs your phone is being tracked.
Call forwarding doesn't always appear in your phone settings, but you still might be able to enable or disable it.
There are unique codes to check your call forwarding status for different types of calls.
But you can check them all at once by dialing *#21# and then hitting the dial button.
But what if some call forwarding settings are enabled on your phone, maybe without your knowledge or consent?
You can turn off all call forwarding by dialing *002#, then hitting the dial key.
But call forwarding can be useful too.
Maybe you want to play a prank on your coworker. What you need to do to forward your phone calls to another phone number is dial *72, followed by the phone number you want to forward calls to.
Call forwarding can be more nuanced and useful. Let's say you have a camp in the Adirondacks with no cell coverage, but you do have a landline in that camp. There's a call forwarding code that lets you forward phone calls from your phone to a landline or a different phone number, but only if your phone isn't in range of a cell tower.
And that code is *#62#, followed by the phone number you want to forward calls to when your phone is unreachable. And when you're done, you can turn this off by dialing ##62#.
After you enter these codes, maybe you want to get in touch with your wireless carrier. Fortunately, there's an easy way to do that.
And there is. You can dial 611 on your phone and get in touch with your carrier's customer support.
This next code is for all you aspiring prank callers.
Please hold for a collect call from Joe Mama!
What if buildings could tell you how they could be more efficient?
I'm listening.
Well, with IBM, you can use software to help you connect and analyze data from HVACs to elevators to lights.
What if we use AI-driven insights to pinpoint inefficiency?
Yep, and act on it. Saving energy, money,
And emissions.
Yep, that's a big one. Now you've built something better for everyone. That's the sustainability solution IBM and a global real estate company created. What will you create? IBM, let's create.
Let this soft mineral melt in your mouth to rebuild your gums and teeth and never need a dentist again. Did you know there is a natural way to regrow teeth and gums that only 3% of the population even knows about? Scientists at the National Institute of Dental Research have invented a powerful sour liquid that can regrow teeth and gums almost overnight. How is this possible? This liquid contains microscopic healing ingredients that reach deep inside the gum pockets and in between your teeth, something not possible until now. This method is 10 times more effective than any existing solution and means you'll never have to step foot into a dentist office ever again, as this method can easily be done from home. The crazy part is that it only takes a few seconds to do and starts restoring years' worth of damaged receding gums and decaying teeth in just a matter of days. So if you are struggling with bleeding or receding gums, gingivitis, gum infections, toothaches or decay, bad breath, or any type of periodontal issue, then this discovery could save your life. I urge you, stop everything you're doing and click the link below to watch a short, free special video that'll show you exactly how you can start using this method today. If it's already worked for more than 127,000 people, then it can work for you too. Even if you've been fighting decay and inflammation for 5, 10, even 20 years. Imagine, no more awful metallic blood taste in your mouth, throbbing tooth pain, and best of all, never having to step foot into a dental office ever again. The billion-dollar dental industry does
Dial *67 followed by the phone number you want to call to hide your caller ID.
There are several third-party apps that try to sell you this feature, but you can do it for free because the FCC says it's the law. Thanks, FCC.
#31# may also help you make anonymous calls in Europe or Canada.
Or in the UK or Ireland, try adding 141 to the beginning of a phone number. Let us know what code works for you in your country, and we'll get a list going in the description section below.
Or if there's someone in your contacts you always want to call anonymously, you can add *67 to the front of their phone number in contacts. In the phone app, tap on the contacts tab at the bottom of the screen. Tap on the contact whose number you want to call anonymously. Tap the edit button upper right-hand corner of the screen, and then add *67 to the front of their phone number.
Depending on your carrier, you can also hide your caller ID in the settings app.
Verizon, for example, doesn't allow us to do this, but Ting does. So if we close out of the phone app, open settings, scroll down, tap on phone, and then tap show my caller ID. And if you want to hide your caller ID, just turn off the switch next to show my caller ID.
On the flip side, if you've hidden your caller ID from everyone, but you want to make an exception and show just one person your phone number, you can do that too.
Just dial *82 followed by the phone number you want to call.
And maybe you were just on the receiving end of an anonymous phone call.
Then *57 might be for you. This code activates call capture.
Dialing *57 after receiving a harassing or threatening phone call will request that the phone call be recorded and stored by your phone company.
CallTrace isn't available in every single area, and it's not offered by every single phone provider, and it may require an extra subscription or a fee.
Want a subscription without additional fees? Click that big subscribe button right below the video.
After using CallTrace, you do need to file a police report, as law enforcement will only act if there is a formal police report.
Unfortunately, there's a catch. This is a landline-only code. So if you receive a harassing or threatening phone call on your mobile phone, call your wireless carrier, and don't be afraid to file a police report to protect yourself.
But some carriers make it very easy to block spam texts and spam calls on your phone, like T-Mobile and some of its MVNOs like Ting. You can dial #787# to see if Scam Block is on. Thanks for checking your Scam Block status. Scam Block is turned off. Fortunately, they give us the code to turn it on.
Well, gee willikers, David, let's turn it on.
Dial #662#, hit the dial key to turn it on.
Check out our other video in the card above to learn about more spam blocking tips.
This next phone code is used by the most powerful people in the country. But before we tell you about that, we want to tell you about our membership program. Click that big join button below this video. You'll get access to custom badges and emojis, PDFs for some of our videos, and a lot more.
Let's get back to the powerful people you were talking about.
The most powerful people in this country, including the President of the United States, have access to the nationwide wireless priority service.
It's a system in the United States that allows high-priority emergency phone calls to avoid congestion on wireless networks. Perfect. So if Joe Biden wants to call somebody at a football game, he can
Yeah.
totally, do that.
The Wireless Priority Service is only authorized for national security and emergency preparedness personnel, including
executive leadership and policymakers like the President of the United States and members of Congress.
disaster response, military command and control, public health, safety and law enforcement command, public services, utilities and public welfare, and disaster recovery. Unfortunately, we weren't able to fund a successful congressional campaign to really demo this feature for you, but hypothetically, if you were a member of Congress, you could just dial star 272 followed by the phone number you wanted to call.
But if you're a member of Congress who's watching this video right now, feel free to record yourself using this feature and send it to us. We will be glad to feature you in a future video.
This next code is really useful for anyone looking to switch carriers or sell their phone. Typing star pound 06 pound displays your phone's IMEI number. Wireless carriers, for example, use IMEIs to see if your phone is compatible with their network.
With eSIM-only phones on the horizon, IMEIs are more important than ever. IMEIs are now like the home address of your phone, so that when you receive a phone call, your carrier knows what phone to send it to.
You can also check your phone's IMEI in the Settings app, but it's buried pretty deep, and I think it gets displayed better here.
iPhone users may find this next code useful.
Dialing star pound 07 pound takes you to the legal and regulatory settings on your iPhone.
It might seem like we're trying to lengthen this video with boring, obscure tips.
But some of this information, like the warranty information, can be really useful.
Especially if you're trying to fall asleep. And this next code unlocks a useful calling feature.
Dialing star 43 pound turns on call waiting, allowing you to receive another phone call while you're already on the phone.
But my phone already does that, and so does yours probably.
This is a feature we want to show you how to turn off in case you find those beeps distracting. So we tap dismiss, then dial pound 43 pound, hit the dial key. That'll turn off call waiting.
That'll prevent you from being distracted on some incoming calls, but what about preventing outgoing calls?
Maybe I'm passing my phone to David and I don't want him to call Miss Cleo for $3 a minute. He told me to say this. I don't know what that is.
Call me now for your free reading.
But maybe you just you don't trust the person you're handing your phone to. First dial star 33 star, then a PIN number like 1234, then pound, then press the dial button. At the top of the screen, you'll see setting activation succeeded, voice call barring all outgoing.
It's important to set a PIN here that you know and remember, because if you don't, then when he gives me the phone, I can just turn it off.
Yeah, so 1234 probably not the most secure code. I think most people will crack that one.
Yeah, just don't forget it. Otherwise, you have to go to your carrier and then explain this to them.
And they're going to say,
they'll be like, you did what?
They'll be like, who's Miss Cleo?
Right,
because the customer support rep will be young.
Don't make me take you to church, young man.
And when you get your phone back, you can disable this feature by dialing pound 33 star, followed by the PIN number you set, then pound, then press dial.
This next code is a bit controversial and possibly a bit dangerous, so don't dial it, depending on where you live.
In some states, dialing star 77 turns on anonymous call rejection, allowing you to block calls from people without a caller ID. Pretty useful.
But in other states, it calls the police. So don't dial it unless you're sure that it's going to do the anonymous call rejection thing in your state.
Earlier, we talked about how these codes can be used to figure out if your phone is being tracked. There are plenty more ways to figure that out and how to stop trackers for good. Check out that video next.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen...
All right, people, we've been here 2 hours. We're going to end this broadcast. We'll hopefully have a better broadcast tomorrow. Everybody have a great day and a better tomorrow. And as always, we will be here same time, same bat channel tomorrow morning. Hope you're all with us. Take care. Bye.